What if I told you that you have psychic abilities? In fact, what if I tell you that everyone is born with psychic abilities? This includes telepathy, being able to manipulate other people's thoughts, and even see glimpses of the future. This might sound like voodoo or witchcraft to you. While all of these might sound unbelievable, many famous scientists, physicists, and government researchers have studied about the possibility of communicating without talking, healing the body with just free will, and communicating with people within the realms of the dead. These seemingly impossible endeavors have been examined in a systematic way which resulted in amazing discoveries. But what's more astonishing is that there already exists a machine which is now being used by psychics and scientists in England, Australia, Germany, and Western Europe to accomplish amazing feats with the power of thought alone. This machine I'm talking about will amplify all the inborn psychic abilities you may not even realize you have. This mechanical device is a psychotronic amplifier, which is based on the new science of psionics. Realize that this device is already patented in both Europe and the United States, and psionics has been extensively researched by Columbia, Yale, Duke, and Pennsylvania universities, Dow Chemical Company, and especially the prestigious Soviet Academy of Science, until its disbandment in 1991. Many reputable organizations around the world are also conducting intensive studies on the machine as well. Among them are the Institute of Noetic Sciences, founded and presided over by astronaut Edgar Mitchell, and Mankind Unlimited of Washington, D.C., chaired by Dr. Wernher von Braun. These machines have circuits that detect, amplify, and direct human thought and emotion. Author and science reporter Joseph Goodevage described it, while Dr. William Hale, former chief of Dow Chemical Company, explained it as, "The psionic device connects a purely mental function, which we call ESP, with an image on a photographic plate." The design for the machine was patented in 1949 by T. Galen Hieronymus. By 1956, John Campbell, editor of Science Fact magazine, said, "Scientists are now prodding at the edges of a new field that will open a totally new concept of the universe, and that within 20 years, the barrier will be cracked. A manufactured machine will be achieved, and I believe it will be done by 1975. This patented design, when constructed, can be used as a time photography machine, a thought projector, a mind-over-matter device, a clairvoyant projector, or a psychic generator. With it, you'll be able to take pictures both from the past and the future. It also can locate missing persons, no matter where they are in the world, even outside of it. It also allows one to directly influence another person's thoughts and emotions, and compel those you love to acknowledge your feelings. This device makes the impossible possible. If this all sounds too good to be true, then think again. As an example, recreating a physical object from a mere idea of what it should be was done by a technician from a California power company. The company had a serious breakdown in their electronic circuitry that was untraceable, and a psionic device not only located the problem, it also repaired the damaged circuit with the power of mind alone. A new circuit was actually materially formed to repair the breach, making a completely workable circuit again. Power was immediately restored to company lines. This shows that thought actually forms matter. Another point to touch upon is that psionics is not new. It dates back to ancient Egypt, and even farther than that. It's believed that these ancient civilizations have already used their version of a psionics machine. It is widely accepted by many Egyptologists that the building of the Great Pyramids could not be duplicated today, even with our advanced engineering techniques and modern heavy equipment. Some concluded and accepted the evidence that there might have been strange devices that existed long before that were used by ancient engineers capable of moving giant blocks of stone and granite through the air. Devices that had the power to manipulate matter to defy the laws of known physics. Skeptics might say, if that was true, then we should have heard about such things a long time ago. It should even be written in history books. But realize that humanity has undergone many social changes. Multiple discoveries were lost and rediscovered many times because the reigning societies deemed them dangerous. A solid example of this is the secret of flight. The working knowledge of aviation existed long before the Montgolfier brothers made their first balloon flight in 1783. The first known scientific account of a flying machine was that built by a Jesuit, Bartholomew de Gusmão. He even sent a report, along with a request for permission to try it out, to his king, John V of Portugal. This machine was admired by thousands of people in his time, but the secret of how it functioned was carefully ensured by putting the only set of precise plans in the Vatican Library. It is remembered to resemble a modern airplane. Gusmão flew the machine before the king and the entire court, but it caught fire and crashed. Another attempt was made and it was successful, but it was all eventually hushed up. The Inquisition judged the machine to be the work of the devil, and the ever-obedient Gusmão never revealed its secret again. Imagine how many more of these discoveries were swept under the rug, just waiting to be found once again. The first thing to prepare for using the machine is not the mechanical device at all. It's your mind. The machine needs a source to tap into, and this source is essentially the human thought. The amazing thing here is anyone can be the source. The person just needs to hone his already existing psychic abilities. As I've said, this machine can make the impossible possible. Thought is energy. Energy creates matter, and matter can be returned to energy form. Energy is the source. Tapping the source can enable you to manipulate energy, change it into matter, cause material effects, and essentially create or manipulate emotion. In actuality, man has already been doing these amazing feats for a long time already, albeit on a small scale. This discovery that the human mind is capable of creating miracles is the basis for the psionic machine. Think of it. It seems impossible to control your heartbeat, respiration, and blood pressure, but yogis are able to do it. Are they different from us? No. They simply were able to practice their mind's ability enough, and you can do it too. Moving forward, all known matter in the universe consists of atoms. May it be a tree, a table, a rock, you, everything is made up of these tiny particles of energy. And everything in the universe being made up of energy is part of the electromagnetic spectrum. The electromagnetic spectrum is a band of frequencies running from below 6 cycles per second to well over 50 billion cycles per second. And everything we know registers somewhere in that spectrum. The human brain itself has electrical patterns and wave frequencies. These energies can then be harnessed by the machine to produce matter. So everything radiates a frequency. And these radiating forces have common occurrences. Biological radiation. You radiate, and I don't just mean your brainwaves, but every single atom in your body. You radiate emotionally, intellectually, and physically as well. What the psionic machine does is that it converts thought, unseen energy, into something tangible or recognizable. This then allows the machine to enhance the power of the mind for you to be able to do miraculous feats like telepathy and seeing things that aren't normally visible to the human eye. 25 years ago in Czechoslovakia, Dr. Kirlian and his wife were experimenting with a related device, and quite by accident, he discovered that by putting his hand into a very high-intensity electrical field, miraculous things seemed to happen. He was able to see the electrical field of atoms in his hand. Years of experiments followed this incident due to government interest, which led to the ultimate discovery, the actual viewing of the astral body within a human being. This commonly ridiculed concept of an astral or soul body was actually seen with a Kirlian device, and photographed too. With all these discoveries, the saying mind over matter seems to have a different meaning now. And it seems like telekinesis, teleportation, levitation, etc. would fit right into the puzzle. They don't seem too impossible anymore. There are at least 6 different psionic machines patented by different people in separate places. All these devices operate on the same principle, and oddly enough, most of them have similar circuits. I will use as an example the only American device granted a patent, the Hieronymus machine. In 1946, Hieronymus found that any mineral or compound could be identified if a sample of the specimen were placed in the machine. He concentrated on the substance he wanted to find, while at the same time, he turned a dial. It operates similarly to fine-tuning a TV set. What happens is that no matter who operates the machine, it is able to detect copper, for example, as long as the operator thinks and concentrates deeply on that substance. Nothing else will stick or be detected by the machine unless it is thought of. There are guidelines and instructions for making your own little black box, but these DIY machines mostly just perform basic tasks. If you're interested in doing exotic work, such as psychic photography, deep space audio reception, health experiments, especially with color irradiation, etc., you would need to adapt these plans for those functions, or purchase such devices ready-made. Although beware, the creation and use of the psionics machine is not for the impatient, for it could be more dangerous than beneficial. Psionics are still in its early stages as of now, but it comes with a lot of promise. Seemingly impossible feats now not so far-fetched. In the years to come, think about what more we can do with all of this energy available around us. Science has been reaching breakthrough after breakthrough that bring us closer to understanding the world, how it's created, and how it works. What then seems to be works of higher beings are revealed to us that it can be done by anyone with enough practice. Who knows what more the human mind is capable of? These machines would probably be used by many. The most likely outcome is people in the shadows or in the government might already be using it today for various reasons that we are completely unaware of.
You what, mate?